With the popularity of the Cobra F9 in 2019, you may be mistaken for thinking, how can Cobra improve on it? How can they make it any better? Let's do it, and let's do it now.
Coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, state your name, big dope on flame, I just switched the lanes.
Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, please make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave. That way, you won't miss any of the great golf related content that I bring to you guys every single day. Because on this channel, I hopefully help you raise your game, lower your handicap, but mainly just get you enjoying golf more than ever before. In today's video, we are talking the brand new for 2020, I can't believe we're saying that already, Cobra Speedzone Driver. And as I said in the introduction, the Cobra F9 was one of the most talked about drivers last year. It was definitely one of the most used drivers last year, and it was even one of the cheapest drivers of last year. So first case in point for the Speedzone Driver, the price. Is it the same? Yes, it is the same price that the Cobra F9 was, so therefore it is going to be cheaper than a lot of drivers that will be coming to the market in 2020. So straight away, that's pretty much going to put it near the top. Now Cobra are talking about 6 zones in this Speedzone Driver. Fairway finder to start with, I think. The first of which is the power zone. So just like last year in the Cobra F9, we have the CNC milled face. However, Cobra is saying that the CNC milled face on the Speedzone Driver is 95% bigger. That's like almost 100% bigger. That's huge! And that is down to the new CNC Infinity face, and as you'll see here on the close-ups, the face kind of morphs around the top of the crown, morphs around the bottom of the head, morphs around the toe, goes round the heel. Say the word morphs more, but for me, I do think this looks pretty good, and I do like how it kind of edges around the top of the driver. The idea with that being that it does improve ball speed around the face. Although that one doesn't need it because that was out of the screws. Now I'm going to talk you through all 6 zones that Cobra are claiming does make this Speedzone Driver so special. But the first thing for me which makes it special is it hasn't forgot its roots. The F9 was a fantastic driver, people loved it, people adored it, it tested really well, a lot of people used it. So they've stuck with the same colour scheme. We've still got that black and yellow, which I think does look really good. We can also get it in the Arctic edition, which is kind of the white instead of the yellow if you don't want it to look as, well, garish I suppose. And I do absolutely love the new aerodynamic look on top from the Aero Zone. There's another zone. The idea being here that the new shape of the crown is more aerodynamic to obviously allow you to get more club head speed, to allow you to get more ball speed, to allow you to get more distance. Now we would obviously have to test that claim to see if it does make it more aerodynamic, maybe in a wind tunnel or something. I'm not sure, but it definitely looks a lot better for me than the crown of the Cobra F9, so there's a big tick for me. We also have the Cobra Speedzone Extreme on its way as well, so I will be doing its own review on that, and I will also compare it against the Cobra Speedzone to see how it does. Just like in the F9, the standard Speedzone does feature a movable weight technology in the bottom to move CG. So there you have your heavier red weight, which is 14 gram, a lighter black weight, which is 2 gram. For me, I'm testing it with the weight forward to lower CG, just to see if that helps me hit it a little bit further. And I will be interested to test that and move them around and see if it makes as much of a difference as people claim. Leaking to the right a little bit, but again a nice powerful strike. Another one of the zones that Cobra have incorporated in this Speedzone Driver is the strength zone. And what's stronger than a T-bar chassis running all the way through the middle of this club? Probably nothing. The idea behind the T-bar chassis is to make the driver lighter and stronger for much more stability and a greater feel, and that brings us on to the next zone, the light zone. Now we've already spoken about the aerodynamics on the top of the crown there, but we also have the 360 carbon wrap, which has allowed Cobra to save 25 grams of proportional weight, move that lower down, move it further back, and that also brings us on to the next zone, the low CG zone. So loads of mass, 69 grams to be precise, has been moved as low as physically possible in this driver for more efficiency. Is that a target ball? Is it? I think it is. Get in there! So we've talked power zone, we've talked strength zone, we've talked light zone, we've talked low CG zone, we've talked aero zone, so now there's one zone left to talk about, and that is stability zone. So plenty of weight has been moved to the sides, has been moved low down, again to allow for much more stability on off-centre hits and overall better performance. Is anyone else starting to think that all these zones are starting to kind of morph into one? Sorry, I said morph again. Anyway, let's hit a couple more shots, and then let's take a look at how this Cobra Speedzone Driver does perform. That felt like a very good swing, to be fair. Nice. I have got to say that the feel and sound of the Speedzone Driver is very, very pleasing. It's very nice. It's something which, to be honest, I would probably be happy taking out on the golf course. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So me and Alex Etchers are going to go out on the golf course. We're going to use this. We're going to have I'd say a long drive competition, but if you've met Alex, you'll know that it's not going to be much of a competition. Anyway, let's hit a few more shots, then let's take a look at the numbers for the Cobra Speedzone Driver. Another little thing that I do like is the graphics on top. So last year we had the Cobra sign, a little bit of an old school Cobra sign on top of the F9, but now we have this new kind of Cobra logo with the C in there. We also have 360 carbon wrap written on the heel, and then some nice yellow and red paint on top. To me, that just adds a little bit more visually to the top of it, because for me the F9 on top was a bit of a disappointment, and for me the kind of turbulators on top and all of that didn't really do it for me, and potentially that's why I didn't game it. So now we've changed. So now we've changed all that. Could it? Should it? Will it? Right, come on, 3 more quick fire shots and then we'll take a look at the numbers. First one that's gone left on me, but again a nice powerful feel. When you get this thing out in the middle, it does feel long. I've got to be said, it feels powerful. Ooh. And I got that out of the heel, and I honestly thought that was going so far right it's frightening, but as you can see on there, it's actually stayed. It stayed pretty straight and it's actually gone. That's gone 275 yards on a miss hit. Okay guys, last shot with the Cobra Speedzone Driver, and then we're going to take a look at the numbers, and then we will do a full roundup on this driver. Okay, let's really try and get one out there this time, shall we? That's long. That is long. You've just got to love saving your best till last, haven't you? Guys, that's 10 shots hit with the Cobra Speedzone Driver for 2020. That still gets me that. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay guys, so first of all, let's take a look at dispersion. As you can see, I mean, I have been giving this a go, but it's not too bad, is it? There's a couple there that you might struggle with, but that's obviously not down to the driver. That is down to the pilot of the Speedzone. So let's take a look at the numbers. And as you can see there, the final shot of the day, 285 yards, that felt absolutely fantastic, to be fair. And that was a sub 2000 spin, as you can see there. So obviously having the weight forward, is that making a difference? We would have to test that. But going through all the shots there, 270, 269, 271, 273, 254, which was the worst one of the day. So obviously that's going to bring the averages down a touch. 275, 271, 278 and 271. So if we get an average on here, as you can see, this is a different kind of setup than what I would usually use. Average of 272, even with that real bad shot. Dispersion not too bad at all, and an average spin of 2,213, which, let's be fair guys, it's really hard to argue with those numbers, isn't it? So we've talked zones, we've talked looks, we've talked feel, we've talked sound. All very impressive. But what do we think after hitting the Cobra Speedzone Driver? Now for me guys, this is going to be a player in 2020. This is going to be, could it be the driver to beat like the F9 was? I think it's going to be. Now I do think that Cobra could have maybe shelved this another year, like I've said already. I think the F9 they could have continued with and no one would have had a problem with that. They could have maybe changed the colour scheme on them, but no, we've got the Speedzone, it's here, and does it perform? For me, I've got to say it does perform. When I get it out the middle and I feel like I've smashed it, it does feel very powerful, it feels very strong, but then so do most drivers. So I'm going to be really interested to test this against the Cobra Speedzone Extreme Driver. I'm going to be really interested to test it against the F9. Stay tuned for that video. That video will be coming very, very soon. Could it make it into the bag? Should it make it into the bag? Will it make it into the bag? Guys, stay tuned on the channel for that. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Very, very, very impressive. If you are in the market for a new driver, I don't know if you'd be changing the F9 into this. Again, stay tuned for that video. But it looks good, it feels good, it sounds good. and for me it's a definite improvement visually on the F9. That's all I can say for now, so stay tuned. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that. If you have, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. Leave us a like if you enjoyed that content, and hit those comments below. Could you see yourself using the Cobra Speedzone Driver? As always, guys, I very much look forward. Also, huge thanks to Alex Etchers and the guys here at Golfbox for hosting me this week. What a facility this is. Guys, if you are in Western Australia, you do need to come and check this out. And as always, I very much look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.